it is very difficult to make anything go extinct. We have had a very difficult time doing that with animals and plants, and I think we're not going to do that for ourselves unless we blow ourselves up with bombs, which is not an environmental sort of impact in the same way. It affects the entire world, but it's different. I think that, to me, no one really knows, but in many ways the world is getting better. The Gates letter just came out indicating how much reduced child mortality and mortality overall and poverty are. And I think, we are continuing to dig down into our bank account of natural capital, so the benefit that we get from nature without paying for it. And it's possible that at some point soon we're going to reach what's called a tipping point, and we're going to go over the edge, and the weather's not going to be the same at all anymore. Now it's changed, but it's still somewhat recognizable. Maybe it'll be totally different. Maybe we're not going to be able to grow the same amount of food, but I don't think we're going to go extinct. We may see a huge shift in what it means to be a human and what our societies look like. But that could come about in a number of ways in addition to that. And so there's a lot of uncertainty, and I don't know, but it is my belief that it is better to try to reduce the uncertainty of a potentially disastrous future by doing things to avoid it. And the benefit is that a lot of those things, like reducing air pollution, also have incredible benefits now for humans by increasing people's health, by having them not breathe in too many pollutants, or by increasing the resiliency of our electrical systems to withstand, uh, various shocks.
While I admit to not knowing a lot about a lot, I have to fervently disagree with you about how we've had a hard time having animals to be extinct. It has happened, and it will continue to happen. If you look at the rhinoceros and elephant crisis, the lions, the poaching of Venus flytrap plants in North Carolina, there's a lot of plants and animals that we, because of our fervor for, that we are the best, have made extinct. And I think we're going to make ourselves extinct. How? I'm not sure. Whether it's going to be the AI making us slaves to it, as a friend of mine posits, or whether it's going to be ruining our world because we are just using and using and using and not putting back. There is hope, though. I just watched on Facebook the leaving of Bao Bao, one of the National Zoo's pandas. She was born and bred here, and they are now sending her back to China so that she can breed with panda in China and therefore keep the species alive and keep from inbreeding. And China and the National Zoo have exchanged pandas, and they are working together to save species. You see the same thing with the Care for Wild Rhino Orphanage, the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust for elephants and other orphaned animals. There's all kinds of rescue opportunities going on now, and that we humans are involved in, and that's a good thing. But at what cost? It wouldn't have had to be done had we not decided that ivory was something we must have, or had we not decided that rhino horn, even though it's only made out of, compressed hair, is an aphrodisiac. So I would disagree with you fervently on the making animals extinct, because we have. Whether we can now fix our mistakes with the current conservation efforts, I hope and pray so. I also read about an article where they are hoping to bring the woolly mammoth back from extinction with DNA. So there is hope with our technologies, provided that we don't shoot ourselves in the foot. by screwing up the planet with the weather changes and stuff before we can do that. But then you have the problem of, well, where are we going to put these woolly mammoths, because humans keep wanting and wanting and grabbing and taking and killing off any wildlife that's in our way. We're really not a very nice species. Lions only kill what they can eat. Elephants don't knock down trees they're not going to eat. So humanity is not a good species in many ways.
Honestly, give it enough time? I think yes. I mean, personally, I think we humans are, I guess I could say, idiots in a way. Because we don't seem to learn from our mistakes, no matter how bad they are. And if you look at history, you'll see that a lot of the times, even though, yeah, you'll see that a lot of the times, history repeats itself. So I would probably say yes, given enough time, we will become extinct. Because apparently we have a great ability to mess up, to say the least, and to not learn from our mistakes.